What's up, Marvel fans? This is Stan Series, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some big news from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and also Captain Marvel. But before we get into those, I want to quickly bring up some other films. I want to bring up Thor Ragnarok, the Black Panther, and the Avengers Infinity War. And is there something else I need to bring up before then? Now, let's those. So let's get into them. Now, yesterday, they released posters for those films. Now, with the Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther, the picture I've got up now, they released it also yesterday, but it was like you could say it wasn't all like quality, but it was like the picture was just taken from San Diego Comic-Con. That's what's been going on recently, so I'm sure it's the last day, I think, of Comic-Con. I don't know if they carry on tomorrow, but it's either. But anyway, what it is, they got a better picture of this, also the Black Panther one. So let's quickly discuss about it then. So on top, we got Hulk in his gravitational armor, looks pretty cool. And next down to him is Hela with her horns and a good costume. She looks great. Then we got Thor with his without his helmet, and he's got the red mark on his face, and he's got his swords like this, like down. So, that's gonna be pretty cool. There you can see the Grandmaster, only a little bit. You can see him like little for the poster. Then you got Alden there, and he's got a bit of difference. He does. He's got like a brand new clothes he's wearing, and all that. Randall, we've already seen what he looks like for the new film. He's got to completely change. Then next down we got Loki. Then after that we got Valkyrie. Then we got a bunch of actually we got the her ship. And there, as I could see it, I just spotted, that looks like the Avengers jet that Hulk took in the end of the Age of Ultron. So it looks like that would make an appearance then. So he must have flown into space then. That's what it looked like. Then the one bit we got Hulk and Thor about to charge at each other. And the background on the colour looks pretty cool. Even the logo. Then the Black Panther one. The same situation with the Thor Ragnarok one. It was on yesterday, but not that kind of good quality. But anyway, you got Black Panther on top of this Panther statue. The Panther statue. You can see the city from the distance, and the city's like a circle kind of round city, so that's pretty cool. You see random flying vehicles, and they look very future tech, because that's what it is. Wakanda's are more an advanced kind of city, more furthering out. You could say that they're like 10 years in front of us, or something like that with technology. I don't know. Something like that kind of distance. I'm not pretty sure. But the technology is more advanced, as I said. And at the bottom of the Black Panther's name, it says, "Long live the king." So, that looks pretty cool. And then hang on. Also with the Thor ones, they released there was two random pictures I thought to share with you. So, one, it's got this side of Thor's face with his helmet and the red paint, and it says Thor. Then the other one, it's the opposite round, and it's got Hulk with that side of his face. He's with his white paint, his language painting, with his helmet. He's angry, and just his name. I thought I'd bring that quick. And last but not least, before we get into the big topics, is another poster from Infinity War. And it's Thanos with the Black Order, and Thanos has got the gauntlet with all the stones with it. So that looks pretty cool. Now, from this, I think this poster could be the same kind of thing they might be doing what they did with Age of Ultron. If you remember in Age of Ultron, when they got to more talk about it, at I think it was a San Diego Comic-Con they did it, they released like different posters every day of each character, and you combined it. It was like a one big poster. I think they could be doing the same, really, but I don't know. This is the second one that's with it, because on there you got him, as I said, with the gauntlet and the stones. You got his brand new costume, so it looks like that is what he's really going to wear in the film. I thought he'd be wearing like the armor we've seen in the other films, but doesn't look like we are now. We got the Black Order, and they look good. They do. They pretty look cool, and they're like them ready to go to battle. And then you got a destroy A symbol. So, So it looks like maybe the Avengers Tower gets destroyed. And then, as I said, because this might connect to the first poster, because you can see a little bit of Gamora's arm. So these two come together. Now, I'm not pretty sure if they're going to release other ones, you know, so you can combine them all, so you can see the big size poster, but I think that's what I'm doing, you know. Maybe each day they might show off, like, another poster with other characters are in the film. I hope they do, because I want to see all the characters that are going to be in the film. Maybe not all of them, because they might want to put some surprise ones, just characters you want to announce for now. So, that's for those ones then. Now, let's get on to the other bits. Oh, and last but not least, last one before we get to the topic, I have heard that the fire demon called Surtur, I think that's how you call it, the fire demon. We found out who's going to be the voice of him, and it's by Clancy Brown. Hang on, I'll say his first name in letters: Clancy. Now, if you haven't heard that name before, he's been in good films and he is a good actor. The films I've seen him in is like Starship Troopers and I can't remember what others, but he has been in some other sort of seen him in, like, he's done voices for Marvel as well in the past, not live action ones, but like animated shows. Like he did the Red Hulk voice for Hulk and Agents of Smash. And he was part of the Transformers Prime series. He did a voice of a character in that. And when I heard that, I thought, he's got to be great. He would be great for the role. I'll tell you that now. I think Marvel have done a good choice of making him to be the voice of this fire demon. Because he's got a good voice, he does, I'll tell you now. And I couldn't really think of anyone else who could do the voice of the creature, but I'm glad they've chose him, so that is going to be interesting. And next thing now, we're going to be talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. So we're getting into the topics now. So first off, we're just going to start with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So first off is, they've released a new poster, you could say like a concept poster, of the Ant-Man and the Wasp. And on there you got Ant-Man in his older costume. Now, I don't know if he's actually going to have the old costume he's wearing, but I don't know yet. Because they haven't really said when does this take place, really. Does this take place like before Infinity War or what? So, I can't say that's the suit he'll wear, but I don't know. I'm not pretty sure. And then we got the Wasp on there, and her costume looks pretty cool. And then also you got like flying ants with them, so can't wait to see that. Wait to see this really when they team up. Now with it, they have announced some cast members. So yeah, they have announced some people who are going to be in the film. So hang on, let me just try and get this up. Trying to get it up, and here we go. Here we are. So who's the first one to discuss then? Well, hang on. First off is they have Cass Martha Purvis. I'm not pretty sure how you say it. No, it's the actress. If you've ever seen the Batman Returns, it's the actress who played Catwoman. It's the very like an old film. So yeah, and her character is Jane Van Dyne, aka the first Wasp. So yes, Jane Van Dyne, who was the first Wasp, is going to be in the film. So that's good. So it looks like they find a way to bring her back. Because if you don't recall, we learned that her fate, what happened to her in the film, we learned that she went completely small, what Scott Lang did in the end of the film, but she never got out of that. So we all thought, oh, she died. But no, it looks like she did survive. So it's going to be interesting of, you know, how they're gonna manage to try and get her back, really. I mean, and also, is she gonna be like a main character in it? And it sounds like it will, because if she wasn't gonna have like a big role in it, I don't think they would have announced it. But I'd say she's got a big role in it. So we got her. Now, I was gonna say you might have to excuse me when I try to say the actors' names, because as I've told you before, I am terrible with names and saying them. So because I haven't heard them before, so you had to excuse me. So the next bloke is Laurence Fishburne. Oh, I am so sorry, I'm saying it wrong. It's the bloke who's been who's in Man of Steel and in Batman vs Superman. He's the boss of the the paper that Superman works at. Yeah, you might remember him. And he's been in the he was also the bloke in Predators who was a bit of nuts, and who got killed by the new Predators. Yeah, you might recall him. And he's playing an interesting character. He's called Dr. Bill Foster. Now, he's not a relation to Foster. I'm sure that's how you say. Yeah, Foster. But also in the comics, he's gone by different names, and yeah, he's a superhero. He went by Black Gunova. I don't say that way. Goliath. He's also been known as the Second Giant Man, and it kind of went back to the one I just said, not the Giant Man, the other one, but it took the black off, and he just, with that one. So, ooh, that'd be interesting, really. Now, I don't know much about him, but I know that his character in one comic book I've read, well, I need to finish it with the Civil War book. I know he gets killed by the Thor clone Ragnarok, and well, he dies in there. So, but I can't see that's not going to happen because we've had the Civil War, and I don't think that's going to happen. But choosing him, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if they might do it in the future, like he takes on the mantle, but I don't know. I mean, we would have to wait and see for that one. We would have to wait and see. Now, they have also confirmed, and this is sound that this person will be the villain, and they released the villain name. So this person's name is Hannah Joss Keepman. I'm sure that's how you say her name, and she's playing Ghost. Now you might be wondering, who's Ghost? And to you people who know Ghost, you're like, wait a minute, is Ghost a man? Well, let me go through this. Well, Ghost, what we know is Ghost is an enemy of Iron Man's. And also, his ability is he can go invisible. He can make himself invisible with this like a battle suit this person made. I'm talking about the comic book version, yeah. Made this suit, and he can make himself invisible. He also can take. I'm sure I heard that he can hack, technology, or he can grab information by using his suit, and he can blast energy from his suit, like on his hands. I've seen him like in anime shows, like the Iron Man, the Armored Avenger one, and also seen him in the Avengers show one. And also thinking about this woman's playing this character, and I'm like, first, well, thing is, I haven't heard about that. Oh, they've changing the character into a female. No, how I can see it is maybe her character is the daughter of that person, and she's took on the mantle of Ghost, or it could be that they're actually changing the character into a female. And I might take that a shot. I might give this one a chance. I mean, as I said, I've seen a male version in the. I mean, there's always been a male version. I've never heard if there's ever been a female version of the character, but yeah, as I said, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to give it a chance. I mean, she might do a good job. Now, who else we got? Let's move on then. So, next off, we got Walter Goggins. Hang on, I'll spell his name out. His first name is Waltin. Then his second name is Goggins. And his character's name is Surtur. Hang on. I'll say his name out. I don't want all the names will read down in the description in the bottom so you can read them. So you'll know who I'm on about. So, his name spelled is Sonny, and his last name is Burch. I haven't heard of this character, but I think this character is based from the comics, I believe. But I don't know. But yeah, and the actor, I have seen this guy before, but I can't recall the films he's been in, but I have seen him, and to my recall, I think he's a good actor, so, well, it's good he's in it. And then, last but not least, for the Ant-Man and the Wasp, they have cast. Now, this has already been announced before, but they thought to share it out again in the Comic-Con. So, the blog's name is Randall Park. Let me say his first name. Randall. That's his first name. But his character, he's playing Jimmy Woo. I'm sure that's how you say Woo, the W then two O's. But also, his character, he's a SHIELD agent. So, that is pretty cool. But I don't know if is he still going to be a SHIELD agent in the live action universe, or are they going to change it that say that he's never been a SHIELD agent, or maybe, or the other version they could go with is they could say he was a SHIELD agent, but then after the fall of SHIELD, because he wasn't a bad guy person who was as Hydra, he might have just quit the job. I mean, I don't know yet. I mean, I would just have to wait until they discuss more about his character. I mean, they might keep it the same. He might be a SHIELD agent, but I don't know yet. But it depends if the SHIELD group, make their big appearance back in the film universe, because they're still carrying on in the show, the Agents of SHIELD, but, we haven't heard much about them in the live-action films. So, we were just had a way to see on that one. So that's that one. Now, let's move on to Captain Marvel. So yes, they have showed us some concept art for Captain Marvel, and there's some big news about this, and you're going to be surprised about this. So before I get into the concept art, they've discussed about the about two things I want to bring up about this film. So one, they have announced that the film will take place in the 90s. So okay, this is really interesting, because So first, the film's based before other films, like before Iron Man and the other ones. And also with it, where's she been then? I mean, if her story's based, if her origin story, I'm trying to say, is based in the 90s, so how could we have never hear of her in the films we've seen? I mean, maybe they might explain in the film, maybe that, maybe she, might have retired after whatever goes on in the film, or maybe she goes out of space after the film, maybe she leaves and then, she hasn't been back on Earth since then. Or she's still doing the job, but maybe like Nick Fury, actually I just thought something out, might have hidden her. Okay, so, yes, my second bit as well, before I went on about the artwork, was Nick Fury is back in the film. He's making a comeback. And it also says as well that we'll see him without the eye patch. So that means we'll see that eye normal. So this will take place before whatever happened, what Nick Fury could have lost his eye by. But yeah. And also to bring that back up, maybe that might be also as well. Maybe Nick Fury keeps her secret. Maybe she still does her job, and Nick Fury just covers up or whatever she does. Maybe that's what happens, but I don't know. And also, she has been I'm sure that she's a SHIELD agent as well. I'm not pretty sure, but I know her job is that she flies jets, and I'm sure, there were some jets in the 90s, so looks like they'll be still the same, really. Now, let's get into the concept art then. So, first off, they showed the costume, but it wasn't a great picture. But someone posted a better picture of it, so let's have a look. And let me tell you now, the costume is based just like what the costume she has in the comics. Now, this is the one, like the latest one, as people have been saying, I've been hearing. So, let me detail what it's like then. So, first of all, we got on the top around here, it's got some red on it. And she's still got the same logo on the chest here. It doesn't look like it's that goldy colour, a gold kind of shine colour, but I don't know, maybe it is still gold, or it was silver this time, but whatever colour it turns out to be, I'll go with it. I don't mind. And she's got dark blue here, and then by the arm, she's got a red arm here, also the same on the side. She's got gloves on, so she'll have gloves. The other part of the body to the bottom of the body is blue. The rest is all blue with the legs. But her boots are red, and looks like she's wearing I think there's a belt, a red belt around her body, but I'm not pretty sure. And also, looks like she'll be blonde, because her character does have blonde hair, so it looks like I'm keeping her. The one thing that's not on her is the mask. So, are they going to go with the version that she doesn't wear a mask, or would it come out of nowhere, like it just pops out of nowhere? But no, I think maybe she's gonna have the costume but not have the mask. Who knows? Maybe in the first film she doesn't have it, and then when the next time we see her, maybe she has a mask. I mean, I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Now, here comes the biggest news, and I'll tell you now, you will be surprised if you have not heard this yet. Well, they've discussed about who are the main antagonists in the film, and this is what it is. The main antagonists in the film are the Skrulls. Yes, everyone, the Skrulls are coming to the MCU, and I have been waiting for one day to bring them to the MCU. Now, if you have not thought in your head about like, oh, why the Skrulls have never been in the films, or or why is it surprising really? Well, let me tell you why. Because what it is, if you don't know about this, you see the Skrulls are the whites of the Skrulls belong to two companies. They belong to Marvel and they also belong to Fox. So there's always been that. That's what the situation been going on, and also with it. And this is I think I've discussed about this before with you guys. Now, but I'm going to mention it again anyway. So, also with it, I think we learned is that the Skrulls, the species of the Skrulls, belong to Marvel, and this one character called Super Skrull, who has the powers of the Fantastic Four, he belongs with Fox. So I don't think they'll do a Super Skrull in this film, but I don't know. But also with it, you do get the designs of the Skrulls, and this is what I'm going to talk about now. So first off, we see one Skrull with some battle armor on, and he's muscly and all that. And the face, they've got the similar face of what the Skrulls look like in the comics. Then you've got another one who ain't really got armor on, but you see a close-up of his face, and his face is a little, still the same colour, they've still got the same colour, the green. It's just his look of a face is different to the Skrull. I mean, the chin bit is different, and also the look of it. And then also it looks like he's got a different coloury clothes he's wearing, so that's pretty cool. Now, what else with it? Now, with it, we've got a concept art here of Captain Marvel, and she's fighting a bunch of aliens. And with the looks of this, these look like the Kree. So are the Kree going to make an appearance in the film as well? Because I'm down with that. Because I have been waiting to see the Kree again. Because last time I've seen the Kree, it was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I've said after that, I wanted to see him again in the films. And looks like they're bringing him up again. I'm sure, now last time film appearance I think they had was Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I think it was. I don't recall, but comments that below about that if they made an appearance in the other films before then. But anyway, let's continue. So, they look like they are the Kree, because it looks like, I'm trying to tell the skin around the mouth. I think it's blue, so yeah, I think it is the Kree. No, yeah, the Kree. And the armor, it's like they've got the similar armor that they wore in the comics, so that's pretty cool. And you can see, I don't know where she's at, but maybe she might be on the planet of the Kree, Maybe that's where she is. And also, could there be a possibility that Walton could make a return? I mean, that would be a good thing, because I would love to see Walton again, See what he looked like before Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I mean, that would look pretty cool. And who knows? Maybe they could give him the classic costume, like they could say that the classic costume he wore that when in the 90s, and then when he came to Guardians of the Galaxy 1, he changed it for a blacker look. I mean, that's what they could do. They could do that. Now, also on the picture, you can see a ship behind them, so, that looks pretty cool, that does. That looks pretty cool. Now, a last concept art is, you've got Captain Marvel, and you can see the Skrulls by her. And looks like they've all got their weapons ready to take her on. And on that, you can see in her hands, like, the energy, that part of her powers. And looks like she's getting them ready to fight the Skrulls, really. And Skrull-wise, weapons I can see, the one looks like a gun. And I think the other two is like, many weapons. Like, no, I don't know how you say it, wise. Let's say one's got a sword and the other one's got like maybe just like something you just hit the person with. Now, the costumes, I just wanted to bring this up, with the last concept art, when I was on about her and the Kree, you can see that the costume, and the one with the Kree, there's some little difference there, like the belt base got like a circle, and she's got two loose thingies, like, floating around about her belt, and you can see the armor's got, I think the rest of the armor actually looks the same, really. And on here, from the looks of it, I think it looks a little different there. Like, I don't know if it's me, but to me it looks different. Some reason, like, I can see there's a lot of red around here. I mean, or it might be the same, but it might be just how the look of it just looks like different. But yeah, that's what I would say about that. And last but not least, I want to say about all that, about the Captain Marvel stuff. I love it. I really love it. The Ant-Man and the Wasp stuff, I love that as well. The announcements of cast members, but the concept art and the information for the Captain Marvel film, that looks pretty cool. I mean, film set in the 90s, that I can't wait to see how they'll pull that off. Nick Fury return with his one eye, his left eye was not damaged, so that'll be interesting. Maybe in the film it might show us how he got the damaged eye. I don't know, it might. Captain Marvel's costume looks pretty cool. I mean, it's 100% comic book costume, so that's pretty cool. And the Skrulls, I am happy to hear that. I am happy that they are in the film. And also with that one concept art that looks like the Kree, so that'd be pretty cool. Oh, and last I just want to bring up quick is, I'm wondering that if the Kree and the Skrull, the war of these two, is that gonna be put into the film now then? Are they gonna say in the film that the Skrulls and the Kree have been having a war for a very long time? I mean, that was like that in the comics as well, so I wonder if they'll do that. And also another thing is, are they planning to do a secret invasion storyline in the future? Now, if you don't know what that is what it is the Skrulls come to Earth and they kidnap most of our heroes and they disguise themselves as the heroes. And that's one of their abilities. I just thought to let you know if you didn't know about the Skrulls. Their abilities is they can shapeshift into anyone. And they can make themselves to look like, they could look like Hawk, they could look like Captain America, or everyone we know in the comics. Now, also in the story, this made the trouble with the heroes about trust, because they'll be like, oh, who can we trust? How do we know he's a Skrull or she's a Skrull? How do we know we are Skrulls? They were like that. It was like that in the story. So that could be planned in the future. I mean, I hope they do that. I hope they could do that in the future of the films. So I will really look forward to it and like that and go and see that in the cinema if they do that. So yeah, that's really all I just got to talk about is in the video. So if you do want to see all the concept art pictures for Captain Marvel and the pictures of the actors in Ant-Man and the Wasp and those other stories I was on about, that'll be down in the Marvel Cinematic Universe page as down in the description below. Also, leave your comments down below. What do you think of all this? What do you think of the Ant-Man and the Wasp stuff? What do you think of the Captain Marvel stuff? What do you think of those other ones I just mentioned before those two? Leave your comments below about that. We all want to discuss about it. And also give you theories about how you think Captain Marvel could play out. And also the Ant-Man and the Wasp. I would love to discuss about that. Give this a thumbs up. Share this out to your friends so we can get more viewers and subscribers. And if you're new to this channel, this is what I do. I do Marvel and Transformers Cinematic Universe news. I also do trailers. I do clips. And I do TV spots. And I also do the spoiler reviews when the films come out. Trailers and clips, I get to do those, so I don't miss them out. But sometimes I might with the clips, I don't know. And with TV spots, I do those, but I don't do the spoiler ones because I don't want to be spoiled before the film comes out. Oh, and last but not least, if you want to see the trailer for the Thor Ragnarok, the new one, click here. If you want to see, if you want to jump to my channel, click here. Make sure you click the bell so you can be notified when my new videos are up. That's by my the subscribe button when you're on one of my videos. And jump here to see my last Transformers video. So yeah, that's it really guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Peace.